Hi, everyone. I've just had eye surgery some days ago, so it's very hard for me to look against light. I will be closing my eyes. I started Laava Tech 4 years ago, and what we want to do, we want to make indoor farming scalable and sustainable, because you've heard probably that a lot of vertical farms raised hundreds of millions in their rounds, but the problem is none of them are sustainable up till now or profitable. And with our technology, we can actually make them profitable. We found a way to decrease energy consumption significantly. Right now, the problem is that we will need to produce much more food within the next couple of decades, and the outdoor farming just simply can't give it to us for various reasons. Logistics, use of land, and so on and so forth. And as I mentioned, the main problem is that 60% of revenues of pretty much any indoor farming facility are spent on their electricity bills. And most of that, 80 to 90%, comes from lighting. We've developed a full system that helps to decrease light energy consumption by around 80%, and then the whole indoor farming facility energy consumption down by, on average, 60 to 75%. We have products both on hardware and software side. On the hardware side, we have drivers specifically for the lamp, which is patented, because with that driver, pretty much any LED lamp we can decrease energy consumption and work with. We have control unit that we also developed ourselves, which we connect to driver sensors, irrigation, ventilation, basically anything that you already have integrated in your vertical farm, or we can help you to integrate it as well. And then the information from all the hardware and IoT devices goes to our cloud, where the machine learning analyzes it and helps you to find the best case scenario where you would not lose any of your yield, which actually helps you to increase the yield, but then save the most energy possible. And the beauty of it is that you do not need to know the biology part of it, because the system will tell you what is the best scenario. You can find that information either on our app or on your desktop version of the app. You can download our app as we speak from App Store or Google Store and just run a demo. What it gives to our customers: full control of all parameters, 60 to 75% decrease in light energy costs, at least 13.5% decrease in their OPEX costs, and around 20% increase in yield. For example, in here you can see that we were able to decrease the energy costs 3 and 4 times comparing to the competitor systems. The market is really big. It's projected to be over 171 billion within the next 4 years, and we are specifically addressing the indoor farming tech market, which is already almost 40 billion. We operate on light as a service, so we provide access to our hardware and software based on the monthly fee, and it obviously depends on the size of the facility, but we also sell our hardware upfront in case that our customers want it. If we're talking about our hardware, so it's suitable for any type of project, small or large. We provide fully remote updates and technical support. You do not need to have any programming or electrical skills to set the system up. Any sensors, anything can become part of the system. You don't need to have 10 or 15 apps. And then you also, we provide several various communication channels with devices. Originally, the system operates on Modbus, but you also can connect it to Wi-Fi or 4G or 5G, whatever you have where you are located. So that's how our controller looks. Super easy. Basically, our next step would be to adjust this controller for any indoor facilities, including, for example, offices and so on, because energy reduction is a huge topic for any properties. We provide also extension models, so you do need only one controller per facility. We integrate it beautifully into installation solution, basically a panel. We can also integrate their touch screen, and only your skilled workers will have access to it, to the hardware part. Then this is our first B2C project, which became a hit in Estonia. So this is a fully automated small vertical farm. we've integrated it in over 20 schools in Tallinn, and we've launched it only 2 months ago because it helps kids to see in biology classes how the crops grow. They not need to have any skills for it, plus they can also see the technical part of it, the automation part. They get to experience the app, like laptop experience and so on and so forth. And we actually planning to also install it in some Polish schools as well. This is how our app looks like. You can either choose from existing presets. You can use our cloud and machine learning background to help you to create your own presets, or you just don't use anything of that. You can completely create a preset yourself, and that would include over 20 parameters that you can control. If we're talking about the founding team, myself, I'm in Forbes Under 30 for industry and manufacturing in Europe. I'm also included this year to MIT Innovators Under 35, which will be announced in May. We have a very strong engineering and software development team on board. We've received European Commission grant of 3 million year ago. We've also been funded by Sony and by Tesla co-founder and former CTO J.B. Strobel, and some other sustainability investors. So yes, I would be happy to talk with anyone who is passionate about making cool technologies that can actually improve the quality of life for us, and who wants to make indoor farming profitable and sustainable. Thank you so much.
Hi, Tatiana. Love to see a lady founder on the stage.
Thank you.
Congratulations. It happens that I know the industry. I also invest in 2 companies that they are using this. Let me ask you a kind of personal question. What make your soul as an entrepreneur and innovator vibrate more? Profit, awareness, contribution? Choose.
I would say the change that you can actually do with your technology. I believe that in 21st century, we have enough of financials and enough of knowledge available to make happen pretty much anything. It's just the question of the desire.
Thank you. Love your answer. Please.
Very good question as well. In terms of when you go to a potential customer, what's the sort of pitch do you say that you can save on energy, that the yield is higher? How does that compare to, say, a competitor? Like, are you slightly cheaper, or are you slightly more expensive but the yield is higher? Like, what's that sort of?
We are the only one on the market who can decrease energy consumption from LED light systems. So whenever you hear about decrease in energy consumption, it's because our competitors install in LED light systems and they're more efficient than fluorescent. But nevertheless, they still spend literally hundreds of thousands a month for electricity and energy bills, while we can decrease energy consumption from LED light systems. Plus, again, you can integrate into our app and system any IoT devices, because the biggest problem right now that everyone is developing the solution for a very specific problem within the indoor farm, and that just doesn't really help the farmer.
Right. And what are the customers sort of, are they responding to that reduction in energy? Are they saying, yes, I want to go with you because, the energy cost is 30% cheaper and it's going to cost, the economics work for them? Or
yeah, obviously the decrease in energy consumption is our best punchline, the sales line. Normally we run a pilot for around 4 weeks. That's more than enough for the customers to see the decrease in their electricity bill, and then we just go from there. But it's it's not the word. All the facilities have electrical meters, so they can just track it real time. We don't need to come up with a number.
Yeah. This is just the trigger. You have more behind, more tools that offer efficient and advantage to your client.
Yeah, exactly.
Just love to hear later on. We are in time. I don't know. I think we still have more time for one question. Where would you see your solution in the next 10 years? Where is the limit? Are you going to take it on March or?
Well, I mean, the space industry is where we were offered to test our solution, but unfortunately, as not only as a startup owner, but as a business owner, it just doesn't make sense financially wise. It's cool and cute and would be nice to mention, but it would use a lot of our resources and wouldn't give us as much profit. It's very hard to say. We probably will have exit by then and would be integrated into one of the bigger corporates.
I think I can see it in every house, on every phone, from my point of view. It can work.
Well, every house is, so if we would be working more with like warehouses, not the places where humans operate mainly, because when we operate with light, we basically make it pulsate on very high frequencies, up to 35 kilohertz per second, which we do not know how affects human brain, and I personally don't want to like test it in the long run, so cannot give you, cannot guarantee that we will be in every house.
Then interesting detail. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.